Hello, everybody. It's great to be back for another town hall episode. Yes, it's been over a month. Won't get into the scheduling conflicts. It's been absolutely crazy, but we are so excited to be here tonight. Somewhat impromptu. This wasn't planned well in advance. We've just been able to put this together, but we're excited because we're coming to you streaming live from on location at Compass Games Expo in Connecticut. So I was the lone survivor. I was booted off the island already. So I'm here at home just wrapping things up with my son in school. So unfortunately, I have to wait till the fall to make it out. But here we go. And Bill is off camera as always.
Oh, it's worse this time. At least his chin is, at least his head is in.
This is actually Bill's house. This is actually, we're airing live from Bill's house. This is his basement room, everybody, just to be clear.
Okay. So we're at Expo in Connecticut. We're having a great time. Okay. And what I decided to do was I'm changing things up again. Okay. And I'll tell you why. I got a lot of meeting people here, and meeting them face to face is like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Okay. And I got a lot of positive feedback on the town hall. So I said, okay, it's not, we take responsibility. We haven't been doing it a lot lately. Okay. If John can't do it in something, we just cancel it. Okay. So going forward, I'm creating a new system. We're going to rotate host.
That's right.
Okay. And we'll have John one week. We'll have Julian the next week, and we'll have Brittany the next week. And then we'll go back. And what that will do is you'll have a variety of people, and you have all the Compass team. So you get to meet Julian, you got John, you got me, so everybody's going to be involved. Okay, but that's not tonight. Tonight I said, which this is what we decided. That's maybe a couple hours ago.
Yeah. This was pretty impromptu. A few
10
hours
or
ago.
O'clock, we decided that we were going to have a town hall from the expo, and I said, let's do it. So awesome. It might not be the greatest setup, but we got it together as best we could.
The game's over.
Oh yeah, and
that's
all
the
games
store.
are over here 50% off.
Yeah.
And people are enjoying that. People are playing games. But what we're going to do is, customers are the best.
Yeah.
Compass couldn't be here without our customers, but Compass couldn't be here without our designers. So what we're going to do, and we have a lot of designers show up at the expo. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our designers one at a time.
Yeah.
And you will get the ability to, they're going to only talk for like 5-10 minutes because we got to get through them all.
Yeah.
I don't know if your questions are all going to be answered before we have a new one. And we apologize for that, but I think it'd be interesting to be able to meet the designers, okay, and have them say a few words, because again, we need to all give a shout out to the designers because they're the ones who make the games. And without them, Compass couldn't be here. Our customers couldn't buy from us. So the wheel starts with them, and I'm just going to give a shout out to them. So I wanted to bring them in. So let's start with our first one.
Okay, let's do it.
I don't know who it is, so this is a surprise to me. Oh, this is a surprise. I haven't seen him all day.
I'm out here. John, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Great to see you.
Yeah, say hi to the audience.
Hello, audience. I'm already. Okay, let me.
In from Canada, did you drive or fly from Canada? I saw your little travel route on Facebook.
Yeah, I drove, and it was supposed to take 7 hours and 20 minutes, and there was a turned over transport. 2 block exits, took 9.5 hours to get here.
Oh no! Now, are those new specs you're wearing? I like those glasses you're wearing.
Yeah, thank you. Yes,
They're
are.
Pretty sharp. I like that.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, I try my best.
Yeah, looks good. Well, it's great to see you, Art. Great to see you, and
thanks for having me on.
Yeah, please fill us in on what's happening, what you've been up to, and all that.
I'm thrilled to death to be able to show this. I know a lot of people are waiting for it. That's the finished expansion.
Oh, looks great. What a big box.
Wow. Unfortunately, it's still missing that one chart that I think Bill mentioned a while ago.
Okay.
Whenever that gets shipped from the printer.
Yeah, we'll be good to go to ship it out.
We'll be good to go. But I looked inside. I was just shocked at the quality. I mean, it's top notch. I can hardly wait to see it out.
Oh, that's great. And can you explain what it's adding? I guess it's adding some new scenarios, or what's the
Yeah.
what
Let me
happens?
Just box out of the way. All right. So,
and I do have a picture. I think I'm going to share a picture of Finnish expansion laid out as well. Maybe I can do that because I saw you had it beautifully laid out already at the expo.
Yeah, there's a lot in this package. So
here we go. Let me share this art while you're doing that. Oh, yeah. Let me pull up the. So there we go. There's a picture you set up, Art, I think, on the table at the expo.
On the table, yeah.
Of Russia. So this is adding the expansion. Looks like it's on the left side where the box is.
Yeah,
right.
The actual expansion is the top left-hand corner.
Top left-hand corner right here, right? Yep.
Yeah, that's this. So if you
turn
the camera back on, I'll actually show it. We've got the map here.
Okay, absolutely. Let's do that.
It took me a while to dig it out of the
box.
Boom.
How's that? Yeah. There we go. Oh, that's a big size. Yeah, it looks bigger in there than on that table. Nice.
Yeah. So what that does is it takes the game all the way out to Murmansk.
Yep.
Okay. There's a counter sheet and a half of new counters, some errata fixes, some stuff that goes with the new expansion.
Right.
There's a lot in here. There's a Kursk scenario done by Paul Popejoy. That's
nice.
Historical scenario. And that comes with a number. Yeah,
all the display cards. So for the battle order battle cards. Nice.
Settle down, Bill.
That's a serious expansion here. First turn analysis.
First turn analysis. This is an amazing book.
It's got pictures, I bet, galore, huh? Doesn't it?
Yeah. It's loaded with stuff. I don't know if you can tell.
This is not as good as our dad's box.
See, so Bill's the expert at showing how to flip stuff on camera, right? That's Bill. Bill owns the top slot there, I think, right?
Yeah. So anyway, chock full of charts.
Yeah.
Right. That goes both with the expansion, the scenario, some really cool new stuff like strategic movement. Two new order of battle cards to replace the ones that come with the game, and then the booklet for the expansion.
That's awesome. So I forgot about the Kursk bonus added in there. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of this package.
First turn analysis. We always worry about, especially me, a new first time player of a game. What's my first turn going to look like? I have no clue. So a first term analysis piece is awesome.
Yeah,
great idea.
Goes through every military district across the board. So there's a lot in there. It's great value for the money. It's beautifully printed. I'm delighted with it. I can hardly wait for that one chart to come in, and we're good to go.
All right. And Jason says he wants your new edition of Streets of Stalingrad. That won't be a nice, small, quick job. You can do that really quickly.
Yeah, I can whip that up in an hour.
Awesome. Well, that looks great. Now I know are you officially, can I say you're officially retired now? Can we say
I am officially retired.
So does that mean you're officially going to consider doing more new game designs at all?
Yeah, I'm back in the hobby. I'm going to start. Awesome. I've got a number of projects in the works. I'm hoping to get a game out to build before the end of the year. We'll just see how it goes.
And what was the Canadian hockey team you were rooting for this postseason? Was it Toronto or was it?
I don't root for Canadian hockey teams. I'm from Toronto.
Toronto.
Well, we got to say goodbye to Art now.
We're getting cold. See, Bill's getting pressure from your unboxing. It's from your unboxing being so good. You're getting cold. Thanks, Art. Well, there goes Art Lupinacci. Thanks so much. Wonderful to have Art on. So there we go. So there's an empty chair representing Art.
Sit down.
Paul. There's Paul.
Yep. Hey.
Great to see you, Paul.
We like Paul.
Great to be here.
Okay.
So happy to have you. I know we're going to talk Ancients. We're going to talk an Ancients game. We did a live interview probably about a year ago or so.
Right.
On your game. So I'll let you take it away with Bill and Billy. Let everybody know what you're working on. Roma Victrix. There we go.
We are in the flesh. Nice heavy box.
It's a big box.
Chock full of stuff.
I think that's the theme for tonight. Everything is chock full of stuff. That's for sure.
I'm not going to open these, but give you a close-up. Beautiful artwork on cards, province cards.
Bill's been training you on the unboxing videos I see here. You're doing a very splendid job.
And there's one of the event cards.
Nice. I like that. Yeah.
Well, you can see the artwork on that. Beautiful.
Yep. Looks good.
Got dice.
Yeah, we need more Ancients games. So people are saying great to see an Ancients game. They're excited to see this.
Well, I've got one more in the pipeline.
Good.
Going to be working on some medieval games shortly.
And I recall, I think there were a bunch of scenarios in this when we talked. It's been a while, but yeah. Oh, there we go. Yep. Looks, there's a separate scenario booklet. Exactly. Lots of scenarios. I remember that when we talked.
There are 20 scenarios in here.
20. Wow.
17 of them are historical situations, and 3 of them are more free form. One is a hypothetical, and then the other 2 are kind of free for all. Basically, just have at it. And those 2 scenarios are really a good way of just learning the game without being constrained, without knowing anything about the history at all.
Right.
These are the counters. I don't know how well you can see that.
Yep, I can see it pretty good.
Beautiful, again, artwork. You've got 6 identical counter sheets for 6 players. And then you've got a set of markers and another set of garrison counters. And then we come to the probably my favorite part, the map. We've got a beautiful mounted map.
Oh, wow.
And it's succinct. It's, representing provinces and regions of the areas. You've got the values. This is an area movement game, of course. And the map, very sturdy, very well made.
Oh yeah, the map looks great. I can tell how sturdy it is. And then, have you had the game in your hands for long, or is this the first time you're seeing the production copy in face to face here?
I've had advanced copies for a little over a month. And
oh, great. Okay, so it's not the first time you've seen
it. I was just blown away when I opened.
I bet. Yeah, it looks great. It looks great.
Copy up and showed all my friends, and of course, the question I get from them is, when am I getting my game?
Now, do you have it set up? Is it a complete game? So is it set up in the expo floor right now? Or are you sharing it with others? I know you have a seminar. I believe you're doing a seminar this week.
I'll be doing a seminar and a demo tomorrow at
perfect.
Local time. And I brought my copy. Great. So I'll be punching out some counters tonight and prepping for that. And we'll go through sequence of play and show how game is set up and basically go through a turn or 2.
Well, that's what's so great having you as a designer at the expo. It's a chance for everybody to meet you. Getting demos of the games is great, but having the seminar as an added bonus and seeing the advanced copy, for the first time as a customer that have pre-ordered it, or hopefully they might pre-order it if they haven't already, obviously, but I hope you're having a great time.
For me, the most amazing part of this entire process was seeing this literally from inception to final product. And, what I had originally conceived was quite different from the end product. And I was just blown away by the quality of the artwork and the quality of the production overall.
So does that get you psyched up for doing the next project? I want to see my next game. I want to see the finished product of my, what is it, Medieval? Is Medieval going to be the next one? You mentioned Medieval briefly. What's your next?
I'm working on 2 Medieval games right now.
That's great.
It just depends on which one gets kicked out first.
Okay, awesome. Well, Medieval.
You have to move it along, so I don't mean to be
Paul,
rude.
it was great to see you, Paul. Good to see you again. Great job on Roma Victrix. So we're going to get a lot of positive kudos on that game for sure. Thank you. Thanks, Paul.
Bye-bye.
Bill's running a tight ship tonight. He's got the conveyor belt. The conveyor belt. I didn't get a chance to show Paul some of the great comments here, but Bill and Billy will. Bill and Billy will share the great comments.
Now this has got to be 10 minutes.
Yeah, this was a bad choice.
Oh, this is okay. So this is a 2-hour show. I take
it. John. Okay, you got to zip it during this one.
Yeah, you got to let him talk.
Let Tim get it through because he's got a lot to go. Go.
Okay. Ready to go.
Thanks.
There it is. You're done.
I have a lot of projects actually in the works. Rebel Tide is a follow-on to Imperial Tide, but instead of World War I, it's the American Civil War. We've been testing it quite a bit, and everybody loves it. So I'm have a warm and fuzzy about this one. I think it's going to be good.
Awesome.
So I'm happy for that. My very first magazine game, believe it or not, I Gotha Raider is going to be in.
What's the thing?
Keep going.
I'm not doing the ding. It's not me. I'm not.
It's going to be in Paper Wars. I don't know, issue 100 zillion, whatever.
100 zillion.
But the neat thing was it's actually a different ball game to do a magazine game as opposed to a box game. So that was actually interesting experience for me personally. I had a good time. There we go. But this is going to be, that'll be neat.
Yeah, that's good.
It's an underrepresented topic.
Yeah, I didn't know about this.
So, Greg, you've been listed here as the patron saint of Compass Games. I like that comment. There we go.
God bless. Well, thank you, Jason.
A lot of love out there.
I would like to see this get a push on the priority. We'll see. It's called Aces the Eighth, but basically you're running a Mustang, P-51 Mustang, or a Thunderbolt, P-47 C or D, or you're running a P-38, your choice. And you're not just escorting B-17s. You can also do ground attack, strafing. It uses the same system as Interceptor Ace. So it's a tried and true system, but I had to add the ground attack. So I think it's going to be good. This is going to be fun too. The Gladiator game, everybody's actually excited to play it this week.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing a few Gladiator matches here shortly.
That's a fun one.
Well, John, you've played it, so it is fun. So
I think that one, if I'm not mistaken, I think we're doing miniatures, or we're looking at doing miniatures for that game.
So that's also new territory. Thankfully, I don't have anything to do with it because I don't know crap about making miniatures happen. But I think Julian is on top of it with Brittany's help, and they're gonna make the miniatures happen.
I heard Bill's gonna be one of the miniatures. Is gonna look like Bill with all muscles and everything. It's gonna be great.
That's gonna be the dead guy there, dragging with the rope. And as far as American Tank Ace, British Tank Ace is pretty much done. So it's kind of up to Bill really whether he wants to do this one next or Panzer Ace next or the Soviet Tank Ace. But I basically have 3 tank games in the works, ready to roll. I think the British one would be nice.
That's
so
awesome.
I'd like to see that personally, but that's just,
Magnus,
above my pay grade, but
Magnus, I want to say Magnus is from Sweden. He wants Viking Raider Ace. So that would be a Viking Raider Ace. That would be awesome. I like that idea. There you go.
I actually had the thought about doing a Vikings game based on the Conquistador system, the old SPI Conquistador, which, if you recall, covered 100 years. And so since the Vikings, starting there in 978, I could do longer there, but it's that's still in the infancy stages of design, but I thought it would be kind of neat. So Magnus, you never know, I might do a Viking game.
That'd be great.
I have thought about it.
They're awesome.
Briefing.
Yes, remember you.
Yeah, I've only got a couple minutes, but
okay, keep going. Say goodbye.
yeah, I'm going to say goodbye now, but I'm having a great time at the Compass Con.
I like your shirt. You got the little crocodile or whatever, dinosaur.
My wife says if you're going to act like an 8-year-old, you get to dress like an 8-year-old. So there
I like it. That was the quickest session we've ever had, Greg, in the history of our videos. So. Somebody said binder wars. I think that's apropos with those binders.
Don't have any others?
Thank you.
That's not even all of them, but
nobody else is lined up. No.
All right, so
you can line people up. Okay, come on.
All right.
The musicians in the house. We're gonna do some music now.
Not today. I'm not going to play drums on here, but happy to be here.
Great to
Such
have
an honor
you.
to be here with Compass. And would you like me to tell about the game? Have any
Absolutely.
questions?
No, yeah. Tell them a little bit about you. Tell them a little bit about the game and what you're doing.
Okay. Yes, this is part of the Golden Age collection. And this is not final artwork. It's Engine Thieves, the Andrews Railroad Raid of 1862, Civil War game. And these are actual pictures from artwork that was done in the Great Locomotive Chase, which this game is based on that story too. And look at some of the components we have. This is very tiny counter. There were just over 20 raiders, And this is William Pittenger, and he was one of the raiders that survived. And he went on to write the book, The Great Locomotive Chase, about 20 years later. And that was made into a Disney movie in 1956. So we're trying to capture the excitement of the movie and still be very historically accurate. And it's a train game, but it's a train game, I think, unlike other train games. It's a war game. You can shoot at each other. You're trying to, as the raiders, you're trying to get from Marietta, Georgia, where you catch the train and everybody's dressed as civilians and they're getting on the train. They steal it at the next station and trying to burn bridges and cut telegraph wire, tear up track to get through Chattanooga, which General Mitchell, Union General Mitchell, was approaching this. If this had all succeeded, they think the Civil War would have been over by about 1863, but it did not succeed in history. And so there are train cards. I don't know if you can see through this too well, but that's an engine. That's the general. You have all the trains represented in the actual historical time. And basically, Brittany wanted me to show the board. If you can see this, appreciate
sure thing.
your help there, Billy. So this is what you're moving. Each track space is a mile, and you're starting down here, Marietta. You get on, you steal the train here at Big Shanty, now called Kennesaw, and you have to work your way all the way up here, then all the way up here, all the way up here. I mean, it really feel the distance. You feel every mile in this game. And you have to bluff your way through stations without getting caught. Other trains are being sent south that the raiders didn't even know about because they saw General Mitchell approaching Chattanooga. The South was not nearly as strong as the Union thought they were there, and they were actually sending supplies and even troops and civilians south. So this is a single track. So the only way you can get around each other is at stations. And so it's sort of the situation for this game is being a mixture of a train game, a war game, some European kind of Euro kind of mechanisms in it, mechanics. And it's sort of a mixture, and it sort of had to invent itself just to cover such a very rare, unique situation.
And it's a really unique theme, topic, game system. And can you share with a little bit with us? I understand you were at a train show, and you did a demonstration at a train show. Can you remind me about that?
The B&O Museum, which actually has two of the trains, including the General, that were in the 1956 Disney movie. And they had a Games with Trains event, which I hear might be ticking off a little bit in train museums around the country. So everybody was in with their ticket to ride and their 18XX, and I'm over there with this game. And so set up right in front of the actual engine that had been used in that movie to represent the General. And it was a whole lot of fun, and got to expose, this game to this train kind of market too. Right now we have the slogan, "You don't need a ticket to ride if you steal the train." I'm not sure it's going to go.
Well, to get the copyright. That's a great slogan, though.
Begin that sentence with, "In 18XX, you don't need a ticket to ride." But the basic mechanics of this is you figure out 15 minutes worth of actions out of about 18 different actions you can perform. You put them down in order in 5-minute increments, or some of the actions take 15, etc., in a certain order. And then the other player, you can play solitaire, but you can play two-player too, would do the same thing. Then you flip your cards. Lowest number of minutes goes first. Their action goes first. If it's a tie, then there's a hierarchy of colors, because they're color-coded according to types of actions. And if that's a tie, then there's an alert level that you're also keeping track of, because you're, trying to keep this very secret, this whole raid. But if it starts making too much noise and too much going on, that goes against the raiders, and then their action would go first. Sometimes it doesn't matter at all who goes first, but sometimes it really does.
Okay.
Well, I think we got to move on.
Okay.
That's awesome. Wes, thank you so much for being here. As you're leaving there, is it true that the person you collaborated with had a relative that was involved?
Yes, that's what I wanted to start with. That's why I showed him. His great nephew is Greg Pittenger, and Greg's come in from Ohio, and we are
Wow.
performing an exhibition match. He'll represent the Raiders. I'll represent the
Wow,
Confederates.
that is
Tomorrow
that is
at
so
noon,
awesome.
right here.
Yeah, that's good.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for being there. Have a great seminar. I know you'll do another
Thank
great
you.
seminar.
Yeah,
this year.
Greg's been a big help with this game.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Wes.
Thank you.
Great to have you.
Okay, who's next?
All right. It's just like Celebrity Row designers coming through here.
You gotta get right up there.
So you just want me to?
Yeah, introduce
Spill
yourself.
my guts?
Tell
Yeah,
me tell a little
what
bit
you're
about the
doing.
game you're
Okay,
doing.
I'm Daryl Hanning, and I designed the game Turbofans, which is a economic strategy game of operating American-based airlines from 1960 to 2020. 12 turns of 5-year increments, and players buy aircraft manufactured by Boeing, McDonnell Douglas, and the whole litany of manufacturers, and then build a fleet and maintain it. And aircraft retire after 20 or 25 years, and they have to replace them. And I mean, that's the way it goes.
Now, this is the first time I've met you, so this is really interesting to me because I'm really interested in the airline industry. Were you in the airline industry, direct experience, or did you just get motivated from all the stuff that's out there in history, annals of history about aircraft, air travel?
I've always had a love for commercial aviation.
That's great.
So yeah, ever since the first time I took off in a plane back in '74, going to basic training.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, you sit there in the 727 and it's lumbering and vibrating and shuddering down the runway, and then all of a sudden the wheels leave the ground and it's quiet. And it's just the first time you ever do it's an incredible experience. At least it was for me. So.
And you said it's economic. Is the main base of the focus of your design? Because I want to get a little more into your design. Is it an economic focus, or what kind of decisions would you say are paramount?
The single biggest contributor to victory points every turn is total cash on hand. So it behooves one to operate an airline that is economically viable. But the secondary victory point sources are control of the major airports, and there are 15 of them on the board.
Oh, gotcha. 15 major. Oh, okay. Is it U.S. travel based, U.S. location destination?
Yes. Yeah. The airports range from Seattle in the Northwest to Miami in the Southeast, New York to Los Angeles. So, and there's 15 major airports and 22 minor airports.
Yeah. And I'll step in. The only thing he doesn't have the
Hartford, Connecticut.
Airport.
Yeah.
No, Hartford, Connecticut. Well, that's the expansion. That's the golden expansion.
So I'm mad at that,
double for.
but I'm willing to do what I have to do.
I'll
There you go.
compromise. I'll remove Boston and put Hartford in.
Oh, there we go. That works. Well, yeah. I mean, nobody will miss Boston,
Or Boston,
right?
Hartford, Springfield.
Yeah, because it's hard for people. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, this is good. This is nice. We're getting a smattering of games. We've got train. We've got air. I mean, we're getting. This is sort of showing the diversity of Compass, getting into other types of genres of gaming topics. So
Yeah.
this is wonderful. Wonderful to learn about this.
Yeah, I think a wargamer will appreciate it because it has counters with 8 different pieces of information on them.
We like that. Yeah, the more the better. Absolutely. Especially with color codings and icons and yeah, perfect. Well, that's exciting. Now, do you have a demo version of the game?
It's sitting right here. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I'm going to try to get a picture of it, or maybe Julian can get a picture of it. And I'll be posting.
We'll take pictures.
Yeah, and send
Yeah,
them out.
absolutely. Well, that's exciting. I really like your topic. I really don't know of any air games other than maybe Avalon Hill, or somebody did one years ago. And Avalanche Press did one 30 years ago or something.
That was part of my motivation. Was I didn't like any of the games that had been done before on commercial airlines.
There you go. Good reason to design your own vision of the game. And like Molotov says here, planes, trains, and chariots. That's sort of what tonight's theme is, because we've covered ancients, planes, and trains, and then World War II and Finland, of course. Some Finnish World War II as well with Art Lupinacci. Well, that's awesome. And now you're doing a seminar on your topic as well.
Yeah, I think you're
That's news to me. Am I?
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna
okay.
we're gonna put you in. You're gonna be a pinch hitter.
I think your last one. I think it's on the list.
On pizza night. You're gonna do a presentation during pizza night on Saturday, I think.
Okay.
That's cool.
Well, that's
Okay, well, I'm
awesome.
just happy that Hartford gets in.
Yeah.
So
Let's get Hartford in there. Otherwise, we have to
that was
pay for an
my contribution
expansion.
to
We
this
have to do
game.
the mounted expansion.
that I replaced Boston with a shitty airport
How
like
does-
Hartford.
Okay, I'm looking at the question. How does your game, if you have the time? I don't know whether you have.
Yeah, Pan Am.
How's the game compare to Pan Am? I actually own that game because it's an airlines game, and this one's a lot meatier than Pan Am. It's a
Oh,
lot,
Meteor. Oh, that's good
Yeah.
for war gamers.
Yeah,
That's
there's
because we got 8 factors on the counters. That's
yeah,
what,
there's
did
there's
it.
366 aircraft counters across 60
Oh.
years of aviation. So
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
yeah, going from the early 707s up to the Airbus A380s. So
I think Bill's working on those foldable counters, those double wide counters that fold too, so they fit in the hangars.
Oh, okay, well,
That's exciting.
I hate to ruin the fun. But,
thank you.
I don't mean to kick you out. but
No
we're-
problem. Yeah, you got
Thanks
more.
for dropping by. Thanks for
Listen
being
back
there.
here,
Billy, right?
so
Yeah,
we
okay.
appreciate
Sounds
it.
like a great design. That sounds like a lot of fun. And we like Meteor airline game. That sounds like we need that. There's a niche for that.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Now, do people know you, Ernie? I
Do
think
they know
people
me?
know
I don't
me.
know.
I think so.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
introduce you.
You want to hold the
Yeah,
props?
yeah,
Yeah, thanks, Billy.
Make it easier.
Props are all yours. Oh, who does the intros?
You.
Me?
Hello, Ernie. Great to see you.
Are we live already?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
No,
well,
we're not live at all. We're not live. We're just practicing. So
All right.
we can just talk about
This is-
whatever.
Okay, this is live in action. Oh, hi. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ernie Copley. I did TW Europe back in 2012, the war, Europe, 1939, 1945.
Yeah.
Then I did the expansion kit for Europe. And then in 2020, I did TW Pacific, some of which I'm playing here now at the Compass Con in Connecticut here. So, but I have 2 other projects. For those of you who are waiting for another really giant game from me, you're not going to get it because I'm tired of doing monster games.
Oh, I thought we were gonna get like a 8-map game from you.
Yeah, well, you were hoping for another, like War in the Pacific. No, I have 2 things in the works. One of them is pretty far along. I'll show you a little bit of the map work here. Shane Logan is the new artist, or new to me, that's working on Desert Generals. Desert Generals is what I wish the old Africa Corps to become.
Great.
I'll cover myself up for a minute.
That's okay. Maybe we can get Bill and Billy to hold the edges, and we can.
we are, John.
That definitely looks like the coast of North Africa near the top there, with the escarpments, the infamous escarpment area.
Complete with desert terrain, escarpment, and so on. Anyway, I've been working on Desert Generals for a couple of years now. We're pretty far along. I think we'll go into final artwork within the next couple of months. It's what I wanted the old Africa Corps to be. In other words, you need to update those old concepts with air support, anti-tank guns, all that good bells and whistles that people expect of an Africa game. However, I wanted to make it short and sweet. Play the whole campaign in an afternoon. Play the Gazela scenario, for example, in an hour.
Yeah,
play,
great.
Play 1, 2, 3, 6 scenarios, kind of the campaign game. Crusader, Gazela.
Nice.
I don't think anyone else has a second El Alamein scenario. That's too much like World War I for some designers.
Yeah, drawing the lines and the little attritional fast.
A lot of attrition, with lots of stuff on the minefields. But I have a fairly a fairly, I think, elegant way to deal with minefields and stuff like that. Anyway, it seems to be far along. Play tests well, and I'm hoping to get final artwork passed or out of my desk off to Brittany sometime in the next couple of months. I also have, you hold that.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I also have one that is another wrinkle. Long ago, some of you may remember Avalon Hill Stalingrad.
Yes.
One of the virtues of the old Stalingrad was it only went through mid-1943, because after that, the Germans didn't have a chance to win.
Yep.
So anyway, I have a 17 by 22 inch map here. And this is a homemade artwork, so bear with me. Anyway,
looks good.
This is my homemade stuff. As you've seen better, but that's the best I can do playtest. A real artist will make it look nicer. But This is very low counter density. There's like initial setup for Barbarossa is like 15 or 20 German units. It's army scale.
Okay, gotcha. Army scale. Yep, like the
Hex encounter, but army scale. The Soviets have maybe 20 counters at the initial setup of Barbarossa. You know, when you look at some of these Eastern Front games that you kind of want to buy, but then you think about setting up 8,000 counters and you just kind of lose your edge.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Yeah, it's a little crazy. Yeah, it's a little crazy out there.
There's a new one out by Voca Games in Europe. It's a good example of that. Handsome game. Covers the Ukraine in 1943. Interesting game, but I just look at all the setup, and that's not even a monster, and it's just a lot of work. Anyway, This one's quick setup. You should be able to play the whole campaign, Barbarossa to Citadel, in 2 hours.
What's the game called? Jason's asking on YouTube. What you're going to
Breakthrough Russia.
Breakthrough Russia.
Breakthrough Russia. I had a prototype. I made a prototype during COVID, and then updated it and amended it for various bells and whistles for the Eastern Front. But it's quick, it's simple, it's easy to play. It's a lot of fun, and if you have an hour to play a scenario, there are 3 of them. There's Barbarossa, Fall Blau, and Citadel.
Great.
Kharkov
scenarios.
3 scenarios that cover the whole campaign is only 9 turns. So if you want,
like a great tournament game, you could just.
It would be great for, you got a Sunday afternoon to play with one of your buddies. You know you're going to finish.
Yeah, exactly. So is Avalon Hill sort of what's motivated you here? You got Africa Corps with your Africa game, and then you mentioned Stalingrad for this game from Avalon Hill.
Yeah, that's how I cut my teeth in wargaming.
Yep.
And it's easy to make fun of those games in retrospect, because looking back on it, 3 results exchange, D back 2, and DLM or ALM. Not too sophisticated, but they were fun to play, and they're easy to play,
and they're quick to play.
Quick to play, 2 or 3 hours, and you had a blast, and that's all you needed.
Well, it's great to see you taking a break from the big monsters, which lets you get more games out quicker as well. So that sounds awesome.
Having you.
So that's. Do I throw it up for questions, or are we all set?
No, I don't. No, we don't have time.
Is it easier than No Retreat, the No Retreat series, if you're familiar with that?
I would say, yeah, and just that's a good point. No cards. I'm not doing cards. Slows it down from my perspective. Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, short and sweet, and I hope to have Breakthrough Russia on pre-order sometime next year.
All right. Thank you, Ernie. Thanks for joining us at the expo. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for your time. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. On we go. Thank you.
Awesome.
Or is that?
What?
The thing you threw.
My container? Yeah, I need it. It's got the rest of my map.
Oh.
See you guys.
Take care, Ernie.
I hope, after it gets finalized, I hope you do.
Just a reminder for everybody to get your town hall hashtag in. We will be giving away a free game tonight.
Thanks.
So we look forward to doing that. I've lost track of all the designers, at least 5, I think.
Last but not least.
Or maybe 6. I don't know.
That's it.
Right here, right in the middle.
Now here's I think everybody knows you.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I doubt that's true.
I'm staying over.
Bruce, great to see you.
You're on.
All right. So, hey, who just said that?
Hey, Bruce, it's John Kranz. Great to see you. I can pop in here just for a second.
All right, John.
I'm holding down the home front with the family and missing out on a great. It looks like a great time, great energy. I could even tell from Bill, just talking to Bill, his energy talking to customers is so obvious. So it's great to see you there.
Well, I could have shouted at you instead of Bill. You missed something.
Oh, you missed something.
Oh, I missed something. No, I'm missing a lot.
I don't even get a high bill. I'm sitting down. He comes in. Oh no, we keep it on you. No, we don't.
Oh, there's Bill. There's Bill. Look at that. Wow. Well, we had 1 second with Bill tonight.
Well, what happened was, I'm enjoying myself. I see him coming in. Okay, then that's going to be nice. Oh my God, not a high bill, not a high anything. I'm canceling the talk and starts yelling at me. And I said, is this Bruce? And he just kept it up. And then Julian's right next to me. Oh, hi, Julian. And he's talking nice to him. But Bruce was very, right? You weren't very nice to me. But I forgive you.
Apparently, I owe Bill.
You don't owe me anything. It's just fun. We're only having fun.
Anyway, we fixed the problem.
So thanks. We actually went out and got a modern projector, and we were
And
able
it still
to make
didn't
the
work.
presentation.
And it still didn't work.
Well,
projectors work better with screens.
We said
congratulations congratulations are due as the Charles S. Roberts Award winner as the designer for NATO. So congratulations on that.
But we gave him a wall to use as a screen, and it didn't work well.
It didn't work well, but at least the thought was there. But thank you, John. It was lovely to win that award. Everybody pretends that they don't want to be president, right? But the reality is, if they really elected me president, I'd be pretty happy with that. Right?
I remember NATO. NATO was a really interesting project, and all the development and thought and all that research you found, and that colleague or associate you had who lived in New York. I think he lived in New York, but he was this expert on the Russian order of battle and just all kinds of stories. So really interesting stories, and then how you changed the timeline for NATO to make it more interesting. Just was a great project to
I think
see come together.
I think the key is Aaron Armour now. NATO did great. But
he sold. In other words, Bill sold 2 or 3 print runs already. So why talk about the game anymore?
What Bill is saying is, what have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me exactly?
No, Aaron Armour, you gotta tell him what we're doing.
All right.
Aaron Armour, and that was Bill's idea. Actually, I got to give Bill credit there because he approached you about Aaron Armour, said I want to do Aaron Armour, and let's just do it the same way as before, right?
No. Actually, that isn't the story. The story is he approached me wanting to do NATO, and I said, okay, you can do NATO if I can do Aaron Armour.
Gotcha.
And what I said there is, I said I never played Aaron Armour because you couldn't play it solitaire, and he said, so I would do it if I could play it solitaire, and they came up with a great system. But you go in. You're going.
Yeah. So one of the things that Bill has learned is that in today's market, you don't publish a game that people can't play solitaire, because that's actually where most play occurs. So he said to me, "I'm not going to publish a game, that you can't play solitaire." Well, Aaron Armour is a game of hidden intelligence. The whole point of it is you don't know what your opponent has.
Right.
The problem is if you are your own opponent, well, you know what you have, which rather defeats the purpose. So I was thinking, God, how are we going to create a hidden intelligence game? But Fred Schwartz, Colonel Fred Schwartz, my developer, took that project on. He said, please give that problem set to me. And so what he came up with was a system for solitaire play that takes advantage of the hidden intelligence. So in the regular game, I know what I have, but I have no idea what you have. But when you play solitaire, I have no idea what I have on either side. And that really works well. So, in essence, I mean, there's the old untried units concept. This isn't quite the same because you have more control over what might be there. But I want everybody to just think about this. Fundamentally, when you play a modern war game, you're sitting across a map from your opponent. You have a God's eye view of that map. You can see every single unit on the map, right? And you know exactly what it's capable of doing. Now, let's contrast that wargaming perspective with what you actually have in a command post, right? In a command post, you have 2 things. You have a situation map that may or may not be accurate, but is almost certainly inaccurate in material facts. And the second thing you have is the ability to issue orders, which may or may not be followed. That's your reality as an officer.
Right.
So when we are playing Aaron Armour in hidden mode, you have ordered a unit to hold that bridge. Did the unit make it there? Did the fuel tankers get there in time? Did they turn left at the fork in the road when they should have turned right? Was an earlier bridge down? Did the commander end up misinterpreting the orders? You just don't know. So if you say that part of the fog of war is not knowing where the enemy is, a big part of the fog of war is also not knowing where your own forces are. And in fact, in the original quote by Sir Arthur something Lonsdale about the fog of war, he said, the fog of war is the state of not knowing where the enemy is or even your friends, right? So even in the original quote, he was pointing out that. So the concept is that when you play solitaire, you're maneuvering both sides, but there's this dynamic tension because I'm going to launch a regiment, I think, at what the enemy has, but I don't know whether that's going to end up being an attack on a dummy, a company, or I'm going to run into an entire reinforced battalion. So it just makes for a lot more tension than you would typically get in a solitary game where, you know what both of those units are when you move. The other thing that Bill really wanted was a series, and the original Air and Armor was just a one-off. So we've turned this into a series. The first game is the original Air and Armor set in Würzburg, and that has been turned into Compass Games, should be published sometime either in Q4 or Q1, depending on, God willing, the Chinese printer schedule. But the second game in the series we're hoping will come out just a quarter later, and that will be Fifth Corps. So that's set in the Fulda Gap area. I did say to my developer, Colonel Fred Schwartz, does the world need another Fulda Gap game? To which he said, well, but it's not Air and Armor. So that was years. So it's like, okay. So, I mean, Fred served as a Bradley Company commander in the Fulda Gap. So he really wanted to do that. And then the third in the series, we come to that famous British Air wargame designer, Lee Brimacombe Woods, who is on record as saying that Air and Armor was one of his two most favorite games. So Lee has been all over me to get British Army of the Rhine up, which was the follow-on I always wanted to do.
Right, that's exciting. Right? Yeah, absolutely.
To do that.
Absolutely.
So Lee has finished the map for British Army of the Rhine, which is really, it's a fascinating map. And then behind that, I have just found an expert on the French Army of the 1980s, Nicolas Michon, and he has agreed to do the French Corps.
Oh, nice. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and who's done the French in the Cold?
Yeah, no, that's well, this is a true series, like you say. That's now 4 titles. Then
that's for now 4 titles
together. That's that's exciting. That's
so,
awesome.
And the hope is that we will also then take this series into World War II, where I think it will work very well, and then take it forward into the modern era. So there's a lot more things that we could do.
Yeah, I know World War II we've talked about, and that's going to be something. But yeah, we've got quite a few games here. It's great to see some new designers, Lee Brimacombe Wood, Fred Schwartz getting involved. It's great to see everybody take hold to your system, work with you, collaborate, and come out with more titles.
Well, and I might point out that the franchise is open. I'm not one of these designers who says mine. So if there are other designers who would like to take that system and turn it into a game somewhere else, then the franchise is open.
There we go. Oh, that's awesome. That's exciting news. And Bill, we did talk about Air and Armor more than NATO, just to set the record straight here.
Well, no, no.
Okay, so all good. All right, so we're good here.
We're good.
All right.
Thank you, Bruce, so much. It's a pleasure to have you drop by. Enjoy the rest of your week at the expo.
He just loves giving me grief.
Yeah, we have fun.
Sorry, Bill.
Have a good one.
All right.
All right,
So I think that's about 7 designers total. I'm guessing 6 or 7 at least.
I got another one.
Oh, we have another one. I thought that was the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I guess that's it.
That's it? Okay.
I thought Randy was coming.
Yeah, we'll go Randy.
Is Randy Heller?
Doesn't he want to come?
Randy's being camera shy like Bill.
Doesn't he want to
Randy
come?
doesn't want
Randy.
Yeah.
All right, Randy's coming, right? Hey, Randy. There you are. Great to see you, Randy.
Thank you.
You got the Bitter Woods, I think, underway, and then I think Russian campaign and all kinds of stuff going on.
I had the pleasure of giving a seminar tonight on the AHICS $500 Russian campaign tournament, which can be played with any version of the game, including the Compass Games early original edition, as long as you access the new edition of the rules online, which can be done.
Yep.
And we're in the process of developing a tournament scenario for that particular event, and $500 first place prize is very attractive. And
it is. That's pretty unique. Big cash prize going on. Now, are you playing Bitter Woods this week, or what? Are you?
I will later in the week on Sunday, but right now we're working on developing this tournament scenario for the online event.
Great.
And we're excited about that, and it's a 6-turn scenario. And Bill tells me that the hard copy version of Bitterwoods map is under production, and looking forward to seeing that. And on Facebook, our Facebook Bitterwoods page is now approaching 300.
Oh, wonderful. That's great.
We talk about not only Bitterwoods, but all things Bulge, including history and books and the movie and what have you.
Yeah, so, I have time to tell a little story.
Okay.
I meet Randy down in, where was that? WBC.
WBC, where we're developing, actually it was a Consum World Expo in Phoenix. We were developing Operation Scorpion.
Ah, yes, Operation Scorpion.
Senegalio and I were developing this North African game, and it had not yet been published. We were searching for a publisher, and Bill and Ken Dingley stepped up and approached us.
Yeah, so I approached him, and I say, okay, we'll do the game, Operation Scorpion. And he goes, well, I'm not giving you the game unless you agree to reprint Bitterwoods.
There you go.
I go, I'm not going
to. Good negotiation, Randy.
But here's what I said. I go, Bitterwoods had been reprinted by 3 different companies at that time.
At least. Yeah.
At least. It had been out. I said, I don't want to do it. Okay. So I think about it, and I come back and I say, okay, I'll do it. Okay. I'm not happy about it, but you do what you have to do. So Operation Scorpion, we release that. And we release Bitterwoods. Okay. Bitterwoods sold way more copies than Operation Scorpion. I mean, it wasn't even close. We've done 3 printings of Bitterwoods.
Yeah.
Okay. We haven't, what are we sold maybe 50% of the print run on Operation Scorpion?
I got to play Operation Scorpion. I haven't played it yet. I want to play it.
And I think my issue was, and we've solved this, my issue was, I think the setup was a little quirky.
It was time consuming. You built your army in Operation Scorpion. It took you about a half hour to 45 minutes to do that. And Bill pointed out something very important. Gamers want to get into gameplay right away. They don't want to spend a lot of time on setup and building their forces. So Bill asked me, why don't you come up with as best an historical build of your armies and setup as you can? And I obliged, and it's going to appear in issue 106, I believe, of Paper Wars.
Gotcha.
And that will get the gamer into
into it faster. Yeah, I would. When that comes out, I'm going to give it a shot.
Much more quickly.
But I'll tell you, I can admit, because I can always admit, I was totally wrong on that whole scenario.
We forgive you.
Because like I said, Bitterwoods just keeps selling. It's a constant seller. And I don't know when it's going to stop. I'll tell you, it sells. Bill does the orders. We always get orders for it.
Yeah.
It's a consistent seller.
And we'll get the mounted maps going when they're available one day, and it's going to be a full blown. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice.
Yeah. Well, I remember way back with the second edition of Bitterwoods ran its course with Multi-Man Publishing, and I came back and I said, how about a deluxe edition Multi-Man Publishing? We'll add some scenarios, and Bruno got into the picture and helped. And MMP said, it's run its course. It's what we're not interested. It's dead. So they made a mistake as well.
Yeah.
I'm glad it worked out for Bill and for Compass and for all of us. It worked out for everybody.
Yeah, the 2 games that have been reprinted or we've taken over that have surprised me is Bitterwoods and then Hearts and Minds.
Yeah.
Okay, which Hearts and Minds just continues to sell, and that was printed like 2 times before us.
3,
okay, before we got it, and that so you
never know.
You never know. So so we want to thank Randy. Right?
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks, Randy. Thanks for dropping in, Randy.
I'm
Canada.
Canada. No, New Hampshire. I feel like I'm part of the team. This Compass Games is a family-oriented business, and I kind of feel like I'm part of the family. So that's a cool thing, I think.
Well, it's great to have you by. I know we've got Bitterwood set up right now in the expo hall. So great to see it. Great to see it being enjoyed as it is every time we get together.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks so much. Take care. One thing we could do, Bill and Billy, is I haven't shown the pit photos yet of what we've had so far happen on the show floor. If we don't have any more designers.
Yeah, maybe we'll just.
I think we're following it.
No, maybe we'll do that for
who?
Next
Nobody else?
next Thursday, because you'll have more.
Oh no, we're doing it next Thursday.
We'll do all the pictures and stuff.
Oh, next Thursday? Okay, yeah, we'll have a lot of pictures by then. No problem. So we can. No, that's perfect timing. We're like 2 minutes from the hour, and I think we had at least 7, maybe 8 designers. So it's been just great. Yeah, the support. It's there's a great proof point how great it is having the designers be there, and to give them a chance to do seminars on top of it for the attendees is great. So yeah, it looks like it's off to a great start for this first time in the spring convention.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we did. Obviously, November we've done for years. Okay,
Yes.
we thought that, we knew that the numbers would be down a little bit. Okay, because first time convention, and it actually has exceeded our expectations. I think we ended up close to 100 pre-registers, and then we'll probably get a good fair amount of walk-ins.
Yeah.
So no, it's a good turnout for the first year, and like I said, I appreciate everybody coming. I appreciate you guys coming on and listening to us. And like I said, I think going forward, you're going to see us more often, at least every other week, sometimes every week. Okay, and we've got the new format.
Yeah.
So the new format will be different. Okay, because it's going to be a lot different than having John there every week or every time. Right. Okay, you're going to have Julian, you're going to have Brittany, and they're going to have their own style, and it's going to take time because they've never done it. Okay, and we're just going to work it out, and we'll have glitches and maybe not be as good, but you're getting people who are part of the company like John, okay, being involved on a basis where you can ask them questions and they can be part of the team too.
And today was a great show. I mean, just to be on site, thanks for doing that. Thanks for being on site. Like I said, total surprise to me too. And when you came up with the idea a few hours ago, and I think look how it came together. Almost 200 live viewers right now.
Bringing it together. So.
Yeah, 200 live viewers almost now. And of course, we're going to do the free game drawing as we always customarily do. So everybody get in your hashtag town hall. One thing, since people have talked about the fall November event already several times, just to let everybody know, we haven't officially announced it yet, but if you sneak on our homepage, you'll see our latest pre-order is the ability to register or pay for the expo in the fall in November. So the dates are posted, the hotel rates, you just basically can order your spot for Expo November now for the fall. And shortly after you do register, do the pre-order, we'll send you a special registration link so you can get registered with your game choices. But that's live now on our website, is the pre-order for Compass Expo Fall in November. So please consider that if you haven't been to an expo before. Definitely November is going to be a great event for sure, as always. I think we're ready for a giveaway then, Bill and Billy. Is that right?
Yeah, the funniest thing that I'll say is we all walked out last night at like 8 o'clock maybe, and it was so weird because I'm expected to go to the entrance and see it being dark. Okay, because in November by 8 o'clock it's pitch black. Okay, it's totally light out. So that was and you can't appreciate it, I guess, but it was funny for me.
Well, that's great. I'm glad it's really come together.
Yeah, that was such a stupid sidebar comment. Okay, so let's do Interceptor Ace.
Okay, Interceptor Ace 2 is going to be the drawing for tonight. Let me just pull up real quickly here so everybody can see it, and then we'll do the drawing.
And while John's doing that, okay, 2040 is looking to be shipped by the end of the month. Okay, we'll start shipping the Combat 1 maps to people. Okay, that should be by the end of the month. In June, we're looking at Western Front Ace towards the middle maybe, and then we'll do 103. We'll be shipping in June. So that's an update on what's shipping in the next couple months.
Awesome. Well, again, I want to thank everybody. We apologize. It's been over a month since we were able to get together, but we're so happy to be back, and we'll be on a more regular schedule moving forward with additional guest hosts. So we're excited about that, extended Compass family. So we're doing a giveaway right now. We're going to do the drawing giveaway for Interceptor Ace 2, Volume 2, End of the War. It can be combined, if you'd like, for a full career with Interceptor Ace Volume 1. So it can be combined. And we've got, let's see, we're going to go ahead and do the drawing now. We've got 189 folks already have put their name in. And we've got 190 watching live now. So it sounds like we're all set for the drawing. So good luck to everybody. And a reminder again, you can sign up, pay now for Compass Expo this fall in November. And let's see who's going to win Interceptor Ace Volume 2. And the winner is... Generation Chaos or Gen Chaos. I'm guessing about the GEN, but Generation Chaos 33 on YouTube. Congratulations. I think you're a first-time winner, by the way. I don't think this name's come up before. So what you want to do is you want to send an email to sales@compassgames.com to remind us of your name, your real name, your mailing address, etc., so we can send you Interceptor Ace Volume 2. So this has been really exciting to have everybody together again, to have 7+ designers. There's more designers at the expo right now. It's running through Monday. It's literally just getting started. Today was the first full day. Yesterday was an early start on Wednesday. So it's just been fantastic. And everybody's working hard on the Compass side there right now. So it looks like it's just having a great time. I'm missing it here in the home front, but I'm super excited about November coming up as well the next time. So I'll leave you closing words for Billy, and Bill, who's somewhat off screen. I got his arm. We're going to let his left arm say final words here.
Oh, hello. Yeah, no. Yeah, have a good one. Be safe, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye. Come on in, you two.
You know.